Oh, do like a bit of pudding. So first up is Deko Stone's T&L Big Pack 1. Man, that's a bit of a long name. This is by Zolozakt, 8.43 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under decorations. Now, we've got all these different sections here, and they have five different colour options. So if you go into the first one there, you go to customizations. So we've got the concrete with shuttering marks. We then got old concrete. We then got scratch concrete, rough concrete, discoloured concrete, and then back to the original. So that's your options from the colour perspective. So we've got this a cut off end piece, sloping bit on the end. We then got the opposite one, so obviously one's got it with the cut piece at the front, and then the other one's got it rotated round. We then got a square piece. We then got a different corner piece. So obviously if you look at the foot on the bottom, it's like one side's further out than the other. Fair enough, whereas like the original one is just like the feet's the same both sides, so you go for whichever one you want. We then got obviously the opposite version with that one, so you got the bigger foot and the sloping bit on the opposite direction. We then got a wider piece, yeah, we'll go with that anyway. We then got a corner piece. We then got a small section. We then got a even smaller section. We then got a different one again and again and again, and then a small corner piece on the end. Now, obviously, all these are decorative. They're not going to do much for you. But if you wanted to go down the whole route of building your own storage area, well, you could do that, like I've done here. So I've made myself, I'm going to say in inverted commas, a bunker silo, because it isn't a bunker silo, it is just for decoration. But you could do something like this, dump a load of crops on the ground, that sort of thing. Maybe even put it in a building using the old free mode placement. Alright, fair enough. Right, next up is Manure Pit. This is by Radix Games, 1.96 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under silos. And it's only going to cost you £2,000. It's going to hold 100,000 litres of stuff. You are going to need to put it by a animal pen, so by your cows, by your pigs, whatever. The manure obviously is going to spawn in that bit. You can shovel it out, or you can take it out with the icon. Entirely up to you. I mean, it doesn't take up much space, so if you're limited, if you've got a small farmyard, this could fit in nicely. Right, next up is Solar Panels. This is by Farmer 5 Tom, 0.91 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him under generators. Now, we've got the small one here, 10.5 grand. That's going to give you 480 a month. We then got the medium one, which is going to, well, it also says 480 a month for 25.5 grand, and then for 40.5 grand, which also says 480 a month. Interesting, for 40.5 grand. Now, you may be looking at them thinking that there's no supports at the back. Well, what these are actually for, they're designed to go onto buildings. So I've gone and got the standard base game shed just there, and I've put one on the top because part of the options is you can change the angle. They don't come out like that. I mean, they come out as a standard one like that, all three of them. Then have the customization options. You've got your 10-inch incline, not 10-inch, 10-degree incline, 12.5, and so on and so on. So you match it to your roof line. So if we go with that, do the old free place mode. There we are, like that. So it's then going to raise up onto the roof, and then you just pick whichever angle you want. So if we put it about, come on, I've already got one down. We've done it before. There we are. Just do like that. Customization. You can then match the angle of the solar panel to your roof like that. There we are. Place it down, and you've now got any shed can have a solar panel. This one's now got two. Oh, fair enough. And next up is Silage Silo Pack. This is by Paisal, 0.53 megabyte on the download, and yeah, it just looks, to start with, just a couple of tyres planted on the ground. But no, you're going to find them under your silos. So we've got quite a few different versions. So I've got the extremes on here. So we've got the smallest one just here, and then we've got the largest one just here. So the smallest one, 6x16. We've then got a 6x22, a 6x30, 8x16, 8x22, 8x30, and so on and so on. We've got the largest one here, which is going to be 12x30. So I would imagine That's probably going to be your meters. So obviously, it's like a side of the field sort of silo. You come and dump your stuff in. You compact your silage down, well, your chaff down, cover it over, and then turn it into silage. Fairly simple, no problem. Right, next up is weighing stations. This is by Razak, 0.29 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under tools. Now, we've got two versions here. So the first one is 35 grand, and obviously it's going to be a weigh station for you. And then we've got a slightly longer one, which is going to be 50 grand. So obviously, you could get like small trailers and tractors on this one. If you've got a little bit of a longer train on the go, maybe like a semi-truck with a trailer, you might squeeze that on there. And obviously, you pull it on, you get your digital readout over there, if you're keeping an eye on your weights whilst driving down the road. Next up is Cellular Antenna. This is by DD Mod Passion, 2.88 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under power generators. Now, it's an alternative to our government subsidy mod, because with this, it's 10 grand. Admittedly, the government subsidy doesn't cost you anything. It's zero to place down. But if you want something a little bit more aesthetic, yeah, this might be the one for you. You've got the customization option. So it starts off, you're going to get 4 grand a month. You can then have 40 grand a month, 400 grand a month, or then 4 million. So that's basically the same fundage level. Yeah, we'll call it that, from the government subsidy. But obviously, they're just a straight up sign and it looks a bit boring after a while, to be fair. So you want to put one of these down. It might actually look better just leaving it there on the farm. Just keep that coinage coming in. Why not? Right, next up is Wooden Shouter. This is by Mailey Y2K3 Pavel, 7.91 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sheds. Now, obviously, 15 grand Wooden Shouter, there is no customization options, so it's a fairly simple one. I mean, you're not going to get massive pieces of equipment in, but for keeping stuff out the rain, like your tractors or your vehicles, your cars, your pickup, small equipment, maybe, pallets of bales, that sort of thing. I mean, it looks right on the detail, on the old woodwork. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Machineshed with Gasstation. This is by Dirtmarsha Modding, 1.52 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sheds. Now, it's going to cost you 35 grand, and it comes with a nice 5-bay garage, which is all right indeed. So you've got the doors that open at the front, like that, open up that one, and then that one at the end. And then once you're inside, plenty of storage space on the go, no problem with that. I mean, there is some lights in here, although to be fair, can't really see a light switch. We've got the option there, but that's it's saying open the gate. There you are, a little bit further in. There's your light switch. Fair enough. Now, obviously, this isn't just a garage, because it's a garage with gas station. So you come around here, it's not a buy-inable tank, it's just a buy tank. So you pull your vehicle in, you just fill it up like that. So it's a sell point, buy point, however you want to call it. One of those. That being said, though, I mean, yeah, wide pieces of machinery, you might struggle for the doors, but tall ones shouldn't be a problem. I mean, like the big old harvesters with the Mora tops on should fit in there nicely. Right, next up is Small Garage. This is by Radix Games, 10.53 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sheds. Now, it's going to cost you 12 grand, and let's face it, it is a small garage, as the name would suggest, but small things can look great, and this one does. I mean, the detail on it. I mean, you got a bit of, what you got there? A drawbar on the go. I mean, there's plenty of junk in here. You got a light switch just in the corner like that. I mean, the detail that's gone into this. It definitely looks like something, back in the day on the old school farm, where it's just, it's bricks being built up and that's it. They haven't put any effort into putting plaster on. They've just left it. It's that sort of style. I mean, that looks great. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the width of the door, you're not going to get much in there. Maybe like a pickup truck sort of thing. But that looks ace. Right, next up is Pile Storage with Roofing. This is by Zodlzak, 9.42 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under silos. Now, we've got 6 different versions here. So you've got basically a small concrete version. You then got a, say, dirty concrete version. And then we got some different versions in between. So you've got 100,000 litre capacity on these two. We then got a 1 million litre capacity on these two. We've then got a 10 million litre capacity on these two. 10 million litres. Obviously, they're not bunker silos. They're silos. So if you just want to, go down that road of storing stuff, out in the open-ish sort of thing, yeah, you just load your stuff into there because, why not? Now, you do have the option on all of them. It's saying put a solar panel on. It's a tarpaulin, awning, whatever you want to call it. They don't really act like a solar panel, but okay, fair enough. And then you do have the option to change the colour of that to, let's face it, whatever you like. So you chuck your stuff into there. I mean, there is no load your vehicle option, which is interesting. Well, actually, that's a taking it out icon. Oh, it must be done at the same place. But to be fair, looking good. I mean, not going to take up much space. And if you go for one of these, 10 million litre capacity, pink roof on the top. Oh, why not? Right, next up is New Wooden Shed. This is by Martin CZ, 13.89 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under sheds. So, we've got the New Wooden Shed, which is open on one side. Fair enough, 30 grand. We've then got an open all-round side. I'm not even sure that's the right way of putting it. For 25 grand. We then got a slightly wider but slightly shorter one for 20 grand. And then we've got the small one on the end for 15 grand. Now, obviously, these are going to be for storing your stuff. Now, the woodwork looks awesome. I must admit, that looks great. And obviously, that's the one with the sidewall on the go. The open-sided one, that's a better way of calling it. I'm going to be all these down here. So you've got your long version. So if you've got like a long header trailer, they'll fit in these, no problem. You've got slightly wider version and then the small one on the end. Yeah, they look all right, they do. Right, next up is the best thing about finishing your dinner, because you get to have some dessert. Ah, dear, oh, that's terrible. This is the Dessert Factory. This is by TW Productions, 9.12 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. That's going to cost you 50 grand. And obviously, it's going to be making some nice little treats for at the end of your meal once you've eaten all your greens. Now, obviously, they don't get sold off a normal sell point, so they've included a sell point here with a dodgy white van. Dear, oh dear. It's only going to cost you £1,000. Obviously, sell your stuff off. So you've got your pallet spawn point just there, production chain menu, and your load and in point just here. So the recipes you're going to be making with this, we'll go in there like that. We can make some chocolate brownies, a chocolate fondue, a chocolate mousse, creme caramel, strawberry jam, and then strawberry sorbet. So you can be putting in your butter, chocolate, eggs, flour, milk, strawberry sugar, and water. And then you're going to be getting these pallets out. And obviously the recipes are going to be slightly different between, what is it, 2, 4, 6 different things coming out of that. But once you've got them done, oh, here we go. So what we got there? So strawberry jam, just there. We then got chocolate brownie, got the creme caramel. We then got the chocolate mousse. What's that one? Chocolate fondant. And then the strawberry sorbet on the end. Now, I have got the liftable pallets mod on. And it's not working with this, which is interesting. It's saying the weight of the pallet's 400 kilos. So you will need a forklift truck to move them around. But if you like your sweet stuff, oh, indeed. We got some puddings on the go. Right, next up is the Grain Storages Pack. This is by Kaminos 0397, 13.93 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under sheds. So we've got 3 different versions here. We've got the one with a shed stroke weigh station. That's going to cost you 55 grand. We then got just the shed on its own, 35 grand. And then to finish it off, the open-sided shed for 15 grand. Now, we've sort of placed them in a manner that you can't really get into them that well. Dear, oh dear. So we've got the one with the weigh station. You've got this door that opens up like that. Obviously, straight in there. There's your weigh station. You've got your weight scales on the side there. Obviously, that door opens as well. Then we come into the storage area here. Now, I will say that, right? Those two, well, that door that we come through and then this one on the end. It's the only doors to get in. So you are going to have to come in, turn the corner and then reverse back. But, all right, fair enough. We've got this little office-ish area there. Have a little sit down. Have your sandwich or your lunch just there. And we'll come around here and we've got a side door on the go for the single shed, which I'd imagine is going to be the same sort of thing, you know, just reverse in, dump your stuff and go. And then on the end, it's obviously going to be the open-sided one, which you can have no problem getting in because it's open-sided, let's face it. That being said, very industrial looking. All right, fair enough. And next up is Cowshed 29x16. This is by Pycel, 16.45 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it, well, first off, under silo. We've got a little bit of a bonker silo just there. That's going to cost you £5 grand. And then we'll come down and we'll go to the cow section, and we've got two here. So we've got the straight up building on its own. It's going to hold 60 cows. Then you can go for a pasture version. Obviously, it's going to hold 60 cows as standard, but then you can extend the pasture out and, let's face it, have as many as you like. So you come over here like that, so the building's all going to work in the same. You've got your animal dialogue box just there. And you can open this door if you want to facilitate bringing a trailer down, dropping off your cows. No problem. We've got our slurry taking out point at there. We'll open up this door. There we are. And then inside is going to be your feed and your straw. Now, bearing in mind that roof is a little low. I mean, I've been in with me Fendt 1050, and I've got it stuck with me trailer. So just maybe use like a smaller, well, a less tall, shorter trailer and tractor. That would be a lot better. Just saying. You then got your milk taking out point, which is just there, which behind these doors is going to be your milk tank. A little bit of a sink to wash up in. A bottle of water on the side. Keep yourself hydrated. Why not? And then you've got your bunker silo just there. Now, there is some options with the cow shed itself. So we go into there and we'll get one out. You can customize it. You can have it as a brick version. You can have it as brick number 2, plaster 1, plaster 2, and then back to the original. And you can also change the colour. We'll go with our usual. Didn't really seem to change much, to be fair. Let's go over red. See if that brings anything up. It's not really seemed to be changing much, to be fair. Unless, is it plaster? No. Colour option doesn't seem to do much. Oh, it's the number on the back. There we are, the old 2007. That's what changes with the colour. Here, I'll go with pink. There we are. That's better. Okay, change the number on the back. Fair enough. That's an alright little shed, that is. Right, next up is Cow Farm Pack. This is by Camillos0397. 31.7 megabyte on the download. You're going to find them all over the place, let's face it. So first off is going to be under sheds. So we've got this one here, 43 grand. We then come down to the cows, and we've got this one just here. So we'll go down to the cows. Where is it? There we are, 85 grand. That's going to be there. And then we've got our farmhouses. So if you obviously need to have a little sleep through the night. Got that one there for 25 grand. We then come across to the silos, which is there, 47 grand for that one, 200,000 litre capacity. We then move over to this one here, which is going to be found under containers. It's going to cost you 10 grand and it's going to hold 12,000 litres of liquid fertiliser. And then the last one on the end is going to be found under sheep. And obviously, that's going to be for your sheep, as you could well imagine. 45 grand, it's going to hold 45 sheep. The shed itself, it's a shed, let's face it, but plenty of storage space. When you have got this bunker silo-ish area, yeah, potentially drop some stuff in there. You know, store your loose crop on the ground. We've got a light switch just there, nice and bright at night. Then we've got our cow barn. So we've got our manure taking out point just there. We've got our milk taking out point just there. We've got our slurry taking out point just there. And then we come across and we've got our loading in point for your food and your straw. And then down the end is going to be your animal dialogue box just here. So obviously putting them in, no problem. Got 120 in. There's my little beef burgers. Now, carry on. We got our farmhouse. So you got your sleep trigger just there. And then come around the back and you got your wardrobe icon. Then we'll come across to the grain storage facility. So we'll open up this door like that. There we are. So in there it's going to be your loading in and your taking out point. Go behind door number 2. A little bit of a storage area, a little bit of a garage. So drive-through option on the go there. Then on the end is going to be your sheep. Well, to the life. We've got the fertilizer tank first. So you buy your stuff in. There we are. So herbicide or liquid fertilizer, 12,000 litre capacity. Take it out just there. And then we got the sheep. There we go. So we've got our animal dialogue box just there. So that's going to hold your 45 sheep. You've got your loading in point for your grass just there and your pallet spawn point. Now you can get a trailer to tip into it so it's not inside. And you could chuck some bales over if you fancy. But yeah, I got it to work with a trailer dump. So that's alright. There's my little woolly jumpers chilling out in the sunshine. Well, why not? That's an alright set, that is. I mean, like even the sheep shed. I mean, that's got Open up this door like that. That's got like a little storage area. Well, I say storage area. This is where your sheep are. Storage area above, mind you. That you could put some bales up there. You know, use like a telehandler, that sort of thing. Can we use that ladder? Can we pick it up? No, just for decoration. So maybe see, I'll flick something up then. Yes, you can move the ladder. There we are. Oh, there we go. Little hayloft. Oh, that's ace. Put your bales up here, and then, well, I suppose you could have chucked them through, but there's a wall there, so you just chuck them down, and then chuck them over there like that. Job's a good one. I like that. That ladder's ace. Next up is Modern Cow Barn and Garage Pack. This is by Camillos 0397, 9.57 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, first off, as you can imagine, under cows. That's going to hold 120, well, it's going to cost you 120 grand, and it's going to hold 150 cows. We then come across to the second part, which is obviously going to be a garage. You're going to find that on the sheds. There it is, 30 grand to place down. Now, there's no customization on either of these buildings. They are what they are. But the cow shed itself is going to have your milk taken out point just there. Your straw loading in point is where the bale is. Now, I place this down using free place mode. So it's, yeah, it's going to take into the, into the area, the ground. So just probably not use the free place mode. Might be a bit better for you. Now, you can open up that gate if you fancy, you know, doing a bit of immersiveness of it all. Then behind this door, there we are. We've got the icon for your loading in point for your feed and your straw. But obviously, the straw goes in over there where the bale is. Now, I tried to unload a trailer. Yeah, didn't work for my trailer. Try using a feed mixer. Didn't work for the feed mixer, as you can see, because I've got some stuff dumped on the ground. What did work with the feed mixer is right down this end. Right by this door, sort of right here. That's where the feed trigger came up. That's where it allowed me to unload. Alright, fair enough. Then you got your animal dialogue box just there. Obviously, 150 cows. Job's a good one. And then you got your garage. So once you've done your cow shenanigans, you've got somewhere to store all your stuff. Plenty of space inside. I mean, I like that. I mean, you got the old cross beam. You got the old support wires. That's alright. I mean, don't get me wrong. Place it down, not using free place mode, just to make it look a little bit better, and just bearing in mind where the triggers are for the stuff. It's not like cowshed. Right, next up is the Counterweight 750. This is by Melmex, 1.23 megabyte on the download, and as you can imagine, you're going to find it underweights. So it's going to cost you 900, and it starts off with a 50 kilo weight. You can then change that to 100 kilo, 200, 400, 500, 550, 600, 750, and then back to 50. So 750 kilo is your biggest weight on that. You then got design, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and then back to nothing. So basically, extinguisher, warning signs, different extinguisher, and then a combination of all of them if you fancy it. I mean, that being said, that'd be all right on the front of your tractor, you know, keeping the front end down. You've got a heavy bit of weight on the back. Very nice. Right, next up is Broom. This is by Poscap, 0.16 megabyte on the download. And it's one of those things, you know, when you've made a bit of a mess, like I did in that cow barn, just tip something somewhere I shouldn't have. Well, this is going to sort you out nicely. It's only going to cost you 20. And I've also made a bit of a mess somewhere else. Dear, oh dear. So I've got me Broom. We're going to be getting it sorted, so we'll pick it up. There we are. And then we just come over like that, and it's cleaning it away. I mean, there is a bit of a, well, the trigger to it is sort of a little bit weird, so you may have to move it around a little. There we are. Now we're clearing it all away. I mean, you're not going to get any money back for it, mind you, but you are clearing up the mess that you've made. Let's get rid of all this. I didn't drop anything down here at all. It's all an illusion. Ah, dear, oh dear. Oh, that's ace. I've cleared up the mess I made. Right, next up is the Lizard Titan 19.5. This is by Classic American Icons Modding and Bala 2003. 1.24 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under levelers. I mean, it's got 6 meter working width. That's going to be like your whole bunker silo easy. Now, this does mount to a 3-point, so it's going to go straight on your tractor. No problem with that. 5,300 to buy. You do have the option to change the main colour. We'll go with that. Does the main colour. I mean, it's nice that it leaves the front edge as like a stainless steel. That is all right. I mean, obviously 6 meter, you're going to be leveling out your bunker silo, no problem. Right, next up is Selfmade Bale Fork. This is by Greenland Modding and Marco Morocco. 2.41 megabyte on the download. As you can imagine, you're going to find it under front loader tools. Now, it's going to cost you 800. The only options is going to be to change the main colours. So we'll go with that. You then got your spike colour. Comes in a chrome. Yeah, we're not going to that. We're going to go pink. And that's sort of like a metallic pink as well. That is all right indeed. And if you've got some bales to be moving around, yeah, got one of these hooked up to it. Right, next up is the Taylor Attachments Bag Lifter. This is by Ross and Mods, 2.65 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under telehandler tools. Now, it's going to cost you 1,200 to buy, and obviously it's got two spikes, prongs. We'll call it prongs, arms, fingers, whatever you want to call it. It's got 2 points for your big bags anyway. You do have the option of attacher type, so as standard, that's going to be your telehandler. You can have a Q-fit or back to your telehandler. So you've got two bags that you need moving at the same time. Go for it. And I like that in the middle. It's got the old cutout, the old Taylor Attachments logo. It's cut out of the metal. Oh, that's ace. And we're sticking with Taylor Attachments, and we're sticking with the modder Ross and Mods for the next one as well. So we've got the Taylor Attachments Manure Fork Pack by Ross and Mods, 7.33 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under telehandler tools. Now, we got this one, the 7'6" telehandler, 1760 litre capacity, for 1900 to buy. You do have the option of a tine option, standard, or HDX. All right, fair enough. So it's like bale spikes and well, forklift prongs, we'll go with that anyway. You then got your attacher type, so you got your standard or your Q-fit. And if you didn't fancy that one and fancied something a little bit bigger, well, you got your 9-foot version, 3,300 litre capacity to buy, 3,300 litre capacity and 2.5 grand to buy. Now put my teeth in, you have the option of your standard and your Q-fit attachment again. And to finish it up, we've got the small one on the end for your skid steer loader, 780 litre capacity, 1,500 to buy. But like the previous mod, it's got the metal cut-out bits with the logo in. That is ace. Oh, I love it when their modders do that. It just looks awesome. Right, next up is the Seed Runner. This is by Schultz Modding, 9.13 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Auger Wagons. Now, it's got a 42 mile an hour top speed, which it's got no wheels. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that because it doesn't drive anywhere, but okay, fair enough. 8,000 litre capacity for 7.5 grand. You can change the capacity to unreal, which is 80,000 litre capacity. Then you've got the options, change your main colour, which is going to be those bits. The design colour is going to be those bits. The design colour again, we'll go for red so it stands out. It's going to do the cover, and then design colour on the end is going to be doing those bits there. Now, there is a second option that goes on the Fiber Dash, which isn't currently out. So, alright, same options as before, but once that Fiber Dash comes out, you should fit on there nicely. Now, obviously, it's got the 40 odd mile an hour top speed. It doesn't go anywhere, so I'm not quite sure with that. You will need to put it on a trailer, maybe not in the grass, but okay, fair enough. Now you need to get into it as a vehicle, standalone vehicle. You can't tab to it, so I don't know what's going on with that, but okay. You do need to start the engine, RB and X, there we are. RB and right stick, left and right, is going to move the auger wagon part up and down, and then you've got your open cover, and then, well, you've got your pipe out, sorry, and then your open cover like that. So you will need to get into it to unload. Alright, fair enough, something a little different. Just come along with a little low loader. Job's a good one. Right, next up is the PLN Plows Pack. This is by FarmCat, 4.01 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under plows, as you can well imagine. So this is definitely a pack for your small farming shenanigans. It's going to require 80 horsepower from your tractor, 1.1 metre working width, 5 mile an hour working speed for £1,940, euros or dollars. Now the only options you've got are cool to off or on. You then got your main colour, which is going to be your main colour. Now, if you're thinking 1.1, I like small farming shenanigans, but that's just a little bit too small. Well, they've got two other options for you. You've got a 1.4 metre working width with a 130 horsepower engine requirement. And this one, you've got an attached type of universal or MTZ tractors or universal. Again, the coulters on or off, and then your main colour. And you're thinking that's a little small, well, the maximum one is 1.7. Dear oh dear, even the biggest one's still going to be, I'm thinking maybe micro farming shenanigans on that one. 150 horsepower requirement for my tractor, and again, you've got the same options as before. So if you're into your small, well, maybe micro farming shenanigans, these should sort you out, no problem. Right, next up is the Lizard Z525. This is by POSCAP, 4.62 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Tedders. Now, it's got a 28 horsepower requirement for my tractor, 2.7 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, and it's going to cost you $1,500 to buy if you don't have the optional stickers, which is random. Okay, fair enough. So you do have the option of your stickers. So number 2, I mean, we're going from nothing to number 2 to number 1, and then back to nothing. All right, fair enough. Main color is going to be obviously your main color, and then your design color, we'll go for red. It's going to do everything else. I mean, again, small farm shenanigans, but got a bit of tedding to do. This will sort you out nicely. Right, next up is the APV GK300 M1 Full Edition. As opposed to the half editions that we've had before, I'd imagine. But all right, this is by Weekend Farmers, Texas, and Zoxy Menu. 6.26 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under grassland rollers, to be fair. 200 litre capacity, because you are going to be able to seed your grass and your oilseed radish with this as well, so that's all right. 90 horsepower requirement for your tractor, 3 metre working width, and 11 mile an hour working speed for 13.5 grand. There is no options, it comes as it is. So if you've got some small grass fields that needs tending to, this will fit in nicely. Right, next up is the Lizard RSD4. This is by Eid123, 9.39 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, it's got a 4,500 litre capacity, 6 grand to buy, but you can change a couple of things. You've got configurations, so standard 4,500, extension puts up to 7,000 litre capacity, 12,000 litre capacity on the top end, and then bale trailer, and then back to standard. Now, you got your option of main colour, so we'll go with that. It's going to do your main colour. Your chassis colour is obviously going to be your chassis, and then your rims is going to be your rims. Now, we'll say this. Swivel axle on the front, not my greatest thing for reversing, so just drive forward. It's a lot easier. And next up is the Lizard 4TT. This is by JD Modding ARG. 5.65 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, it says... I say it's on the trailers. I mean, let's face it, it's got no capacity on it. So 8.5 grand to buy. It starts off as a sort of bale pallet truck, that sort of thing. You can then have a 5,000 litre capacity version, and then back to your bale transporting trailers shenanigans. You got your wheel setups. You got your standard twin wheels. Oh, that's all right. That's all right indeed. Or standard. Then you got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. Your design colour is going to be those bits, well, it's sort of like the chassis shenanigans underneath, and then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. I mean, again, swivel axe on the front, just drive forward. Right, next up is the Lizard PC8M. This is by JD Modding ARG at 5.64 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Belt Systems. Now, it's got an 8 grand price tag, and obviously it's an auger pipe. So you hook it up to your trailer, move it into position, dump it in the bottom end, and obviously it comes out of the top ends. So you've got like I'd say quite a low, bin that you need to load into the top. Yeah, this might fit in nicely. You got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. Your design colour is going to be the chute in the middle. There we are. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. All right, get a screw conveyor on the go. Next up is the Landstal Machines Pack. This is by JMZ and Landstal. 8.81 megabyte on the download. And there's a ton to this pack. So just come down to your mods and DLCs, and I'll put my teeth in. It's a lot easier. So first up, we've got the Vino. Yeah, this is going to be a seed tank, 350 litre capacity for 4,150. You do have the option of Attacher Type Profi or the BTH 500M. We then got the Disc Harrow, the old BTH 500M. So obviously, if you've gone for, we'll come back to this in a minute. If you've gone for that and you've gone for the BTH 500M, it's going to go onto this. Yeah, fair enough. 160 horsepower requirement for me tractor, 5 metre working width, 10 mile an hour working speed, 17,800 to buy if you have no optional extras, which is going to be the platform. All right, fair enough. So you've got the platform option, you've got attachers. You're going to have an installation of catch crop drills. So if you are going to use the CD unit, you're going to need to have that put on. Beam with reflectors, yes or no. So where's the beam? Oh, it's at the front. There we are. You then got your support wheels, yes or no, and then your lighting, yes or no, around the back. Now, obviously, we've got a few other things. So we've got this one anyway. We've got this disc harrow. This is going to be your ATS Plus. So you've got the side cover option, yes or no, 3-meter working width, and 100 horsepower requirement from your tractor for just touch under 12 grand. We then got this one here, a shallow cultivator, the old AUC Cultivo Pro. It's a better way of putting it. 140 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 4-meter working width. You've got a couple of options. You've got your Trelleborg, BKT, and then Trelleborg. And you've got your standard and standard 2. Beam with reflectors, yes. Lighting as before. Track eradicators. So it digs up the tire marks of your tractor as you're going along. And then you've got your troll, yes or no. Puts that at the front there. Starts off 14,900. We then got the weeder, the Profi 750. 130 horsepower requirement from your tractor. 7.5 meter working width. 15 mile an hour working speed for just over 15 grand. Configurations, you've got a mulcher version or a standard weeder. Lighting, yes or no on the back. And attaches, installation crop, yes or no. Now that makes it interesting because that means you can use this with the seeder part as well. All right, fair enough. Then come down and we've got a standalone mulcher itself. So 60 horsepower requirement from your tractor. 3-meter working width, 12 mile an hour working speed for 5.5 grand. So you've got additional load, no, 100 kilo front weight, 200 kilo, and nothing. Beam with reflectors, yes or no. We then got a roller. So we've got 100 horsepower requirement, 6.3 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed with Trelleborg, BKT, Mitas, and then Trelleborg options with some standard and standard 2s. So lighting again, yes. Boxes for stones, which is going to put that on the side. You get a little bit of extra weight. And then the troll, which goes out the front as well, for 12,100 to start with. We then got this one here, which is another roller, so a little bit bigger, 150 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 12.3 meter working width for just over 28 grand. Again, same options on your tyres and lighting, yes or no. We then got this, just keeps on going. So we've got another weeder, the Plant Care 600, 90 horsepower requirement, 6 meter working width, 11 mile an hour working speed for 8.75 grand. That's the way of saying 8,750. We then got this one here, the GSC 300 Plus, 13.5 grand, 3 meter working width, 180 horsepower requirement, and you got the option of lighting, yes or no. Puts that on the back, and then to finish it off, we've got the subsoiler down the bottom, the Terra Deep XL 300 Plus, 250 horsepower requirement, 3 meter working width, and you've got the option of side covers, yes or no. Now, if you've gone for the seeder unit and you've gone for something that requires a seeder unit, well, all you need to do is just pick it up like that, stick it on that platform, a little bit higher, there we are, about there, that'll do, leave it there, and jump back in your tractor, then you get the option to attach it, and you're away to go. Dear, oh dear, well that's a massive pack, but that's awesome as well. And next up is the John Deere XUV 845E and 845E4. Man, that's a long name for a mod. This is by Agrotono, 23.74 megabyte on the download. And we've got two versions in here. So we've got the 845E, which is going to be your 2-seater version. And you've also got well, let's face it. How many could you really cram in there? I reckon if you squeezed in nicely, you could get 6 in there. Not quite sure that would work in the game, but basically the options are the same on both of them anyway. So we've got a 75 horsepower engine, 49 mile an hour top speed, 460 litre capacity on the back, and it's got a winch. Well, you can option a winch anyway. So you've got the options there to low capacity 460 litres. You can then have a 0 litre, so it's just like a flatbed sort of truck bed sort of thing. You then got without the tailgate. You then got open with the tailgate, and then open totally, and then back to your original. You got your wheel brands, Mitas, BKT, Lizard, Michelin, Vredestein, and back to Mitas. But the Lizard, yeah, it's got those airless tyres. Oh, that's ace. That's ace indeed. You then got your rim models. So you got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and then back to number 1. Bumper, so you can have a bumper guard on it, yes or no. Side protection, so you can have the straps, complete netting, or nothing. Then you've got a cover, so it's going to be the roof, so you have it as a standard colour, plastic cover, closed iron cover, an open iron cover, or back to the original. You can have a camouflage, so you can have it as carbon fibre. Ooh, carbon fibre John Deere, why not? Why not indeed? Camouflage 1, 2, yeah, we'll see where this is going. There's going to be plenty of options on the old paintage. How many camouflages is there? 6 different ones. You can have mirrors, yes or no. Then you've got your Starfire, so your 6,000 or your 7,000 receiver. Beacon light, yes or no. You got your front hook. This is going to be your winch. So 1.6 ton weight limit on that one. Cabin headlights. So yes or no, puts those in the roof. You then got your attachers round the back, which is going to be a 3-point or nothing. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to do your main colour. There we are, a red John Deere. All right, fair enough. Seats is going to be your seats. So I've got blue for that. Then you've got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. It's like a crew pack John Deere. Why not? Right, next up is the Volvo L120H Pack. This is by Northern Light Modding, 14.69, nice, megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under wheel loaders. Now, I've got 2 versions. The options are basically going to be the same. So we've got the L120H and then the electric versions. If you want to go for a diesel one, go for that one. If not, go for the electric version. So we're going to have a look at this one. So it starts off with a 276 horsepower engine, 26 mile an hour top speed. You can change the wheel setup. So we've got BKT Earth Max, they look chunky. We've got obviously different tyre versions going through, pick whichever one you want. Beacon lights, so we got yes, double, standby W3 or nothing. Position lights, gonna be just on the edges, on the mirrors, interesting. So red on cab, red and black diesel, all red diesel, and then white and red, and then nothing. Position lights electric, so this is going to be around the back. There we are, just above the Volvo logo on that red strip. All right, fair enough. Work lights on the back, so you got your Heller, on button Heller, on reverse Tyree, on button Tyree. All right, fair enough. Then you got your work light standard, Tyree, or standard. Then you got your machine colour, which is obviously going to be, we'll go with that. There we are, because why not? You then got your handrails colour. All right, so the old safety bits we'll go with green, so they stand out. There we are. Rim colour is obviously going to be your rims, and then that's your options. I mean, if you fancy going a little bit green, when you're doing your wheel load and shenanigans, yeah, get the electric version on the go. I'm sticking with Volvo for the next one, because we've got the Volvo LH Pack by Vagri, 29.3 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as the previous one, under wheel loaders. Now, these have got the L120 and the L180. Yeah, all right, fair enough. So the L120, 276 horsepower engine, 31 mile an hour top speed for 252 grand. You can then change the engine output up to, 276. So we've got a power shift gearbox, and then a CVT gearbox. Then we've got a 50 kilometer an hour version, power shift and CVT, and then back to the original. So 276 stays the same. All right, no problem. Michelin, BKT, Trelleborg, then back to Michelin, and we've got agricultural, and all right, fair enough. Got a couple of different versions on the go in there. Got warning signs, number 1. All right, where's the warning signs? Let's have a little look. They ran the back. I'd imagine they are. There we are. Warning signs number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, or nothing. Speed sticker, yes or no. So it's going to be putting the limit on what you've picked up the top. Safety beacon, yes or no. That's a green one, like that. Beacon light, number 1, number 2, or nothing. Then got your main colour option. Let's make it a New Holland one. Why not? So you got your design colour, which is going to be all the support rails. Yeah, we'll go with that. There we are. Warning sign colour. We didn't leave the warning signs on, did we? Let's put those on. There we are. It's a number 1. So warning sign colour, we'll cover pink so they stand out. There we are. So the white bits are the warning signs. They don't look like warning signs anymore. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, fair enough. Rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Now, obviously, the same sort of options are going to be the same for the L180, but it's got a bigger horsepower engine, 330 horsepower to be precise. So you go for whichever one. I mean, normally, if I'm using one, I go for the 180, because let's face it, go big or go home. Fair enough. Right, next up is the new Holland TK4 Series. This is by Pepe978, 21.17 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under small tractors. Now, it's got a 43.5 grand price tag, 85 horsepower engine, and a very fast 7 mile an hour top speed. But all right, you got the option of standard, 120 kilo front weight, 280, 350, and then back to standard. So engine set up to 85 horsepower, 99 horsepower. 107, oh, now we're talking. Then we got the Centenary version with 85 horsepower, and then 99, and then 107, and then back to the original. Oh, Centenary. Looks all right, that does. Protective arch, yes or no. Side protections, yes on the right. Both, and then nothing. Then you got your main colour, which is obviously going to change the main colour. All right, fair enough. Now, obviously, this is the one with the rubber tracks. If you think, do you know what, I just want to damage the tarmac, because let's face it, that's what metal tracks do, but they've got that version for you as well. So you pick whichever one you want. I mean, small farming shenanigans, definitely for this one, it's a small tractor, small horsepower, and then obviously a small top speed, but, knocking around your yard, yeah, that could fit in nicely. And next up is the Buehrer Series 6105, 6115, 6125, 6135. That's a lot of numbers in that mod name. This is by Dogface, 19.09 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under small tractors. So it starts off as the 6105 with a 100 horsepower engine, 15 mile an hour top speed for 39 grand. It then goes up to 110 horsepower, 115, 135, and then back to 100. So the 6135, and that's named in the name, is going to be your top version. Then you got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Vredestein, Nokian, and then back to Trelleborg for your tyres. You got your usual shenanigans on the go in there. So front loader attacher, so you got quickie, Hauer, or nothing. Main colour is obviously going to be your main colour. Your other main colour is going to be those bits. Well, I say those bits. It's the bonnet, let's face it. And then your rim colour is going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. Now, I remember that. I definitely used that on 22, so it's great to see it back. Old school style, boxy looks. It's made me like an old school role play. Right, next up is the Massey Ferguson 7700S. This is by Alice Agraole, 27.64 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under medium tractors. Now, it's got a 225 horsepower engine, 31 mile an hour top speed for a touch under 200 grand. You can then change the engine output up to 240 horsepower, 260, 280, and then back to 225. Got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Vredestein, BKT, Nokian, and then back to Trelleborg. We've got some twins all around. That's all right indeed. Then got design colour black, which is going to do a little sort of grill at the front. That's got going to colour in anyway. Then you got the next edition, which is going to be a little label just there. Warning signs, yes or no. It's going to put this on the back. And you got your front loader attacher, quickie, Hauer, and then nothing. All right, a medium tractor for the old Massey fans. Why not? Right, next up is the JCB Fastrac 8330. This is by Just Farming, 32.97 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under large tractors. Now, it's got a 348 horsepower engine, 43 mile an hour top speed for 289 grand. The only options you've got are tyres. So you've got your Trelleborg, your Michelin, your Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg. The only one with options is going to be Michelin's, which is going to be your wide tyres on the back. Oh, fair enough. Now, there is one thing with this I do like. RB and right stick up and down. Oh, you can open the bonnet. Oh, that's ace. You could facilitate maybe doing a little bit of a tune-up, maybe just fixing it, cleaning it out. Oh, I like it. I like it when you can open up the bonnet and, really get yourself immersed in the whole role play. The last mod for the day is the map Szpakowo. This is by Rajot G-Play and Yankus, 982.13 megabyte on the download, and this was out on 22. and now it's back for 25. Now, there is some required mods. There's 7 in particular that you will need to download to use this map, but okay, I mean, it's better than the one we had the other day at 36, but alright, fair enough. Now, if you're on New Farmer, you're going to be using 2,057 slots. And if you're on New Farmer as well, you're going to own 3 farmyards. You're going to own this one up here, which is Area 65. You're also going to own this one over here, which is Area 55. You're also going to own Field 67 and 63. And also this farmyard down here, which is Area 121. Now, the first farmyard at the top here, Area 65. I mean, you come in, you got your house. I mean, you've got your wardrobe trigger looking out onto the main road. So just take your trousers off while you're there. Why not? Zero there. So you got your sleep trigger just at the front there. We'll carry on round, and we got an animal pen here, a cow barn. So this is going to be, how much is that? 60 cows. So you got your milk taking out point just there. I mean, plenty of storage. I remember this one coming out the other day, actually. Nice little workshop office in there. Fair enough indeed. We'll open up that door. And we've got our loading in point for your feed and your straw. And we'll come down here. And we should go through this door. Oh dear. There's loads of stuff in this little storage area, which is alright. We'll open up that door. There we are. Out the back. Get your slurry taken out point. Job's a good one. Then we've got a bit of storage in here as well. Open up that door. Do we not own this one? Is this off our land? Oh, it is. I've gone off the property already. Dear oh dear. I mean, there is a bunker silo here. We could potentially use, even though we don't own that land. But alright, fair enough. And we've got this little garage area. Do we not own this one either? Have I gone off land already? That looks like we should own that one. So it's just a straight up cow barn. That's it. Alright, fair enough indeed. And we've got all these buildings knocking around. And that's it. It's just, I suppose it's a start farm. It's more, no, it's just like a cow pen and that's it. By your house. Alright, fair enough. Now, the second, I don't even know to call it start farm anymore. The second start farm area up the top here, I'd say it's more of a traditional start farm. So you got your animal pen here. So you got your slurry taking out point. It's going to be for your cows. We'll open up that door. There we are. So in there is going to be your feed and your straw loading in point. Animal dialogue box is just there. So that's going to hold 80 cows. And we'll come around here. Got a bunker silo just there for you. Spin it around the corner. And here we go into the main farm area. So your milk taking out point just there. We'll turn the corner up here. We've got a big shed. I like this one. It's got the old tarpaulins on the side. These are ace. Open those up. They slide out. Jobs are good one. I mean, plenty of storage on the go in there. No problem with that one. Then you got your sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger by the house. And we've got this building here. Can we go in there? Oh, we can. A bit of a workshop. Alright, fair enough. And we'll come back out there. And we'll come over here. We've got another cow barn. So your milk taking out point just there. Animal dialogue box. So this one is going to hold 72 cows. We'll open up that door. There we are. Feed and straw. And then your slurry taking out point is going to be down the other end. We've got 2 more bunker silos here. So this one, more of a traditional start farm. Alright, fair enough. We've got our third start farm, which is right down the bottom here. And this I think this would be the one that I'd go for, because this one's awesome. So come over here. We've got this garage here. This is ace. Open up that door. It's got a little pit. You can fix up your vehicles in there, no problem. And we come around here. We've got a workshop trigger just there for you. And we'll come and up the bank. And we'll spin it back round. We've got this little building in here as well. Open up that. So we've got another little workshop trigger in here as well. It's got 2 workshops, which is ace. We have got this ladder. And I've been trying to get up this. And I can't quite make... Oh, there we are. We've made it. Got a little bit of a... I say a little bit of a loft hatch. But you're not going to get much up there. Because you can't get up there yourself very easily either. But, alright, fair enough. Then we'll come out of here. And we've got our... sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger to the house just there. Come around here and we've got a cow barn. So we've got a milk taking out point. We'll open up that door like that. And then we've got our food and our straw going into here. Then we'll come out this end. There we are. A little bit of a garage storage area on the side as well. Spin it back round. Alright, where's the animal dialogue box? That's interesting. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So you've got your slurry taking out point just there. Then got an animal dialogue box just there. So that's going to hold 40 cows. And we've got this. Can we get up there? Can we move the ladder? Can we get... Oh, I've got it open. I did. Oh, that means we've got a little hayloft of it. Come on. Jump, jump. Oh, we're in. We're in. And there we are. So you could potentially put some bales up here. Open up that door, you know, bring them up with the telehandler, then chuck them into your cow feeding area down there. Job's a good one. Oh, that days. I mean, it's not easy getting up that ladder, mind you, but you can. All right, fair enough. So we've got a bit more storage around here. So we've got this little barn. Opens up like that. There we are. Inside, very nicely detailed on the old stonework, which is all right indeed. And again, buildings carrying on around the side. Plenty of storage on the go. No problem. Now, obviously, the equipment, it is spread out across the three. I'm going to use start farms in inverted commas. So, yeah, what equipment do we start with? So we've got the Brantner TA 12050 Power Spread Plus, the Class Evian 450, the Class Vario 620, the FarmTech DDK 2400, the FarmTech EDK 650, the FarmTech Supersys 800, the Great Plains Solid Stand 1500, the GoVal G1 F125, the Hardy Mega 1200L, the John Deere 3650, the Notche Eco Cultivator 300, the Lizard MKS 8, the Lizard N40BX, the Pottinger Servo 25, the Same Virtus 135 RV Shift, and the Zetor Proxima HS80. Now, apart from the three start farms, we're calling it three start farms anyway, I mean, there's plenty of fields to be getting on with, so you start off with a couple. But yeah, you're going to be wanting to purchase some out pretty soon afterwards. Now, obviously, there's not a lot of tree shenanigans in the way between the fields. So ploughing them together, making bigger fields, shouldn't be a problem at all. And obviously, this has been out on 22, and great to see it back on 25. So we've got a couple of updates as well. We've got Prairie Farm Michigan by Taylor Farms, and that doesn't need a new save, so that's all right. We've got the Screw Conveyor by Picel. We've got the Toolbox by Schultz Modding. Now, that update is actually a console release, so you're going to find it in the tool category, 75 to place down. And obviously, it gives you the ability to fix your vehicle wherever you fancy. So you come into the workshop side, there we are, fix your vehicle up, no problem. Now, you can't pick it up. You will need to use a forklift truck to get it moved, but alright, just bearing in mind that where you placed it from the actual construction menu, that's where it will spring back up when you start your game again, but that's great. We've also got Old Barn by Patty and the Anywhere Object Storage by Argsy Gaming.